What is up, MMA fans? This is Tudor Leonte for Sherdog.com, and today I have the pleasure to talk with former CES MMA and Cage Titans FC bantamweight champion and now UFC bantamweight fighter, Mr. J. Perrin. Hello, sir. How are you today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm fine as well. We are recording this interview on Sunday. You are in your car right now. Where are you going, or where are you coming from?
I'm actually headed into jiu-jitsu right after this. So right after I'm done this, I head to the swamp, 10th Planet of Las Vegas, a bunch of killers here. And so every few weeks I come here to get, beat up on the mat a little bit and see where I'm at.
So no rest for you even on Sunday.
Oh no, there's no rest for the wicked, baby. And I get bored just sitting around. This will be the only thing I really do today, but you got to get in where you can.
I understand. Listen, since it's the first time I have the honor to be talking with you, I would like to ask you about the origin of your nickname, the Joker.
It was actually a nickname that my mentor gave to me when I was young. So I had a lot of mental health struggles. I'm a big mental health advocate. So since I was young, and he kind of gave me the nickname the Joker because of that. And he taught me a really big lesson about how even though the Joker is a madman and absolutely out of his mind, he accepts himself for who he is, and that's why he's so special. So it's just an old nickname that he gave me when I was 13, and when he passed away, I just took up the moniker to kind of honor him.
I'm sorry to hear that. It is a very cool nickname. How do
Thank you.
you translate, your nickname and the Joker's characteristics into your MMA fighting style?
The Joker is versatile. He can do anything. He can, at any point, anywhere, at any time. And in my fights, I'm well rounded. I can go to the floor. We can stand up. I'll box with you. I'll do Muay Thai with you. I'll pick you up and put you over your head. And I've done that to D1, D2 wrestlers in my career as well. As crazy as he is, and as loud and obnoxious as he is, he's actually pretty tactical as well. So I like to pride myself on being a thinking fighter. So there's shades of him in there as I'm fighting. But yep.
I understand, and yeah, I agree. Right now, you are scheduled to face Qileng Aori at UFC 278 on August the 20th. Before we talk about that, your UFC debut didn't go according to your plans. You lost
Yep.
a decision to Mario Bautista in February.
Mhm.
What went wrong on that occasion?
I cut weight in 6 days, man. You know what I mean? It was a short notice fight, and that's really what happened. I'm not making an excuse for it, because if I signed the contract, I believed I could win, and I still believe I can win that fight. I didn't have the time to prep. I was prepping for something else, and people really don't get it at a certain level that when you're prepping for one person for a really long time, and then you switch it up 5 days, 5 days, 20 pounds later, it's just difficult to keep up. Mario's an animal as well. It's not like he was some bum that I got thrown, for a favor. That's not the case. Mario's going to be a top 15 guy very, very soon, in my opinion. So, it wasn't a bad loss. And again, at the end of that fight, with the full camp he couldn't finish me on 6 days, which shows a lot more than I think people, maybe give me credit for. But I'm gonna show now with proper preparation against Richie Long in a couple weeks now that I'm definitely a force to be reckoned with, and I'll be at the level that Mario's at in no time.
How was it for you to be walking out for the first time to the Octagon?
Well, I fought at the Apex before at the Contender Series, so it was cool to be on a card and be part of the organization. And the full fight week up, everybody was really nice and very accommodating, and it was cool. But you know what I mean, like, a fight's a fight, no matter where it is. So the walk is cool, but it's cool every time you make it, because what's like 2% of the world could ever actually sum up the courage to do that. Being in the Apex is always amazing. This next walk, that's the one that I'm going to feel something about, because it's in a stadium. It's with a pretty big crowd on one of the bigger cards of the year. That's the one that's really gonna hit me home. And honestly, I feed off of of crowds. And so I'm really excited to make that walk.
Yeah, I'm pretty guess it would be, cool to have live audience, at
Yep.
least a really full arena, watching your
Yep.
fight.
Yep. Yeah. So, and this will be the first time I do that. So, that's really cool. And I'm the type of guy, not that I don't like the Apex for, what it is. It's very, comfortable. It's more like a regional fight, with the crowd and like how many people in there. But I feed off of big crowds and boos or cheers or whatever, I really like that. So I can't wait to be there and see the crowd and feel the energy in the room.
And then I will be asking again the same question after your next fight.
That's totally fine.
How is your preparation for Ori going?
I have left no stone unturned. There's quite literally nothing more that I could have done in this camp to improve myself and to be prepared for this man. I've studied him up and down. I do 3 training sessions a day. The minimum is 2. I have days now where my coaches have to tell me to stop. So, I've done everything I possibly can. I asked them for time to prepare. I'm a man of my word. I said I will come at my very best, and I gave this camp every piece of me, everything. I gave everything to this camp. So I'm very, very excited to be, full camp, full force, healthy, ready to go. I think that I'm going to give you guys a very special performance on August 20th.
And you told me that right now, from time to time, you are training in the other gyms, but are you still with the team City of Tong?
No, I'm with Syndicate MMA now in Las
Okay.
Vegas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, we
Love
had.
Sit,
Okay, please continue.
but no, I love City of Tong, Boston, but I moved from there about 2 years ago, so I'm at Syndicate MMA now.
Oh, okay,
With
okay. Then
John Wood.
we have to update the information on
That you will. That you
And
will.
may I ask you, how come did you chose to switch
I
camps?
believe during the COVID crisis, nothing was really happening in New England. I turned into more of a coach over at Seatong, and I really like that. In my future, I plan on becoming a coach as well. But right now, I'm a fighter, and so with nothing going on and me getting older, as far as closer to 30, I hadn't been signed, and I said, you know what, I need to get going. So I had a good relationship with John Wood, who's best coach anybody could ask for, and he set me up over here, and my manager Lance gave me a place to stay, and um, I moved out here, and I decided to take the leap of faith, and it's worked out for me so far. So
I saw some pictures of you with Vince Morales. Was Morales one of your main sparring partners in preparation for this one?
he was one of them. Merab Dvalishvili was actually my main sparring partner in this camp. I think we probably put 1,000 hours in together. Just every opportunity we could. Having him there to push me and give me advice has been monumental to this camp. So, nobody's gonna fight you like Merab fights you. You know what I mean? He's the Tasmanian devil. So, hey, I'm with the people that I work with, and from Vince to Merab to Ode Osborne to all these people. I'm just super satisfied with who I'm around. Super confident in the kind of work we've put in for the last few months. So you know what I mean? Like I'm walking in with I know that this fight's going to be kind of nuts. I know that in my heart. Me and this guy aren't going to take a back step. He's not the type of guy who really gives up his ground. He'll either go out on his shield or with it. So I know that it's going to be crazy, but I still feel a serene calm about this fight because I have prepared better than I ever have. And I know a lot of fighters say that, but that's just how it is. I have used every possible resource at my disposal for the last 4 months. So I'm ready to go, baby. It's all over but making the weight, and that's coming off pretty quick. So
speaking of resources at your disposal, who is going to be in your corner?
John Wood and Jerry Shapiro. Those will be my 2 cornermen. They'll be my jiu-jitsu coach and my overall MMA coach. They'll be shouting stuff at me in the corner.
The card on which you're competing is headlined by the welterweight clash between Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards. Who is your pick for that fight?
Ooh, see, it's a much more even fight than I think people give it credit for, because Leon is very well rounded. I think that he's a little bit more polished as far as striking goes, which means, it's a toss up. Kamaru's got the better wrestling for sure. He's definitely bigger and more powerful. You know what? It's hard to bet against the champ. It really is at this point, because he's lapped everybody. So how can you really, he's even beat this guy already. So like it's hard pressed to vote against Kamaru. So I'm going with the king here. I'll go with Kamaru. I'll probably finish him late, or it'll be like a 5-round wrestle dominance. Good overall MMA game. So I'm gonna give it to Kamaru.
And how do you see yourself winning over your next opponent?
I think we're gonna stand and bang for a minute, and I'm gonna rock him, and he's gonna realize he's in trouble, and he's either gonna fall down, and I'm going to choke him to death like I normally do, or he's just gonna keep falling, and I'm gonna keep hitting him, and then the ref's gonna pull me off him. But either way, I'm going for a finish here. I want 3 checks. I'm here to make an impression. So it's like I said, it's 2 guys that don't like to take a back step to anybody. I'm fully prepared. I'm fully in the mindset of I'm ready. I am prepared to die in that cage. So, whatever we got to do, but I'm going to get that finish one way or another.
Listen, I just noticed that even your T-shirt is about the Joker. You got to go with
the shtick, man.
That's a very, very nice T-shirt. Something that you said, before when we just started our interview, you told me about mental health. May I ask you to elaborate a little bit on that? What did you mean?
What do you mean? Like what? Like my mental health issues?
No, you told that you're an advocate of
advocate for them. Yeah, I've spoken on. I've been somebody that's struggled with his mental health for a very long time, and I go out of my life. I've been around institutions, and I've given back to that community as much as I can, and people with mental health issues, and trying to encourage others to seek help over sitting there and wallowing. And I think I've buried 4 or 5 of my friends to themselves, and just doing that over and over. I can't bury anymore. So if I can help everybody I can, just by either just listening, helping them set themselves up with a therapist, maybe checking in on them, and all these tiny things that maybe don't seem like much, but are a lot in other people's worlds. That's the best way that I can say it. I just encourage everybody to seek help, because it's there's nothing shameful, especially men, to seek help and say that I'm struggling and I need somebody to help me. So like when Paddy Pimblett did what he did, it touched me, because it's so good to see somebody of that stature say something that's that important, because it really is something that is prevalent in the world right now. Suicide rate is through the roof, and we got to figure out a way to stop it, and that's the only way to do that, is to help each other. And I just try to do the best I can to be a helpful ear, and maybe just lend a hand wherever I can, like my mentor taught me to. So that's pretty much it. I just try and get everybody the help they need, and make everybody feel like they belong here.
I understand. Again, I'm sorry to hear that, and I
wish no worries, man. It's part of it. Yeah, if we don't talk about it, then nothing will ever change. So it has to happen.
Jay, I finished my questions. Do you have any last messages?
Oh no, you know what, man? I'm fighting in 2 weeks on one of the biggest cards ever, of this year at the very least. So tune in, watch the prelims, because I promise you I'm putting on something special for you guys. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you guys for having me, and thank you to all my coaches, teammates, my manager Lance, and everybody else that's helped me along the way. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Jay, thank you for giving us a little bit of your time today. Best of luck with the upcoming fight, and hopefully I will hear again from you in the future, man.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me, my friend.